Welcome back to Bottas Career Mode on F126. Today we're back for episode number 8 in Monaco. So we had an aero upgrade fail, so we'll redevelop this. Unfortunately, it will not be on the car for this weekend. Oh, we've got some ERS upgrades. That's probably very good. I think we should definitely invest into that. Well, that's all we can do for upgrades for now. We're still pretty low on the performance index, but I do think we're bridging the gap a little bit. I don't know. Okay, here it is, the crown jewel of Formula One. Into Monaco we go. So I have pretty high hopes for Monaco. If you guys remember all the way back in Season 1 of the Brad Pitt Career Mode, we were fighting for a race win, and that's still when we had a pretty terrible car. So there's maybe potential here. The AI are not strong around Monaco. I don't know. We are in a pretty slow car, so maybe I'm getting my hopes up a little too much. But I'm very confident around Monaco. The car setup is feeling absolutely fantastic. I don't think we're gonna have to worry too much about battery management. It's a little too tight around here. I don't know. We'll see how qualifying goes. Okay, fastest in FP2. I mean, it's just practice, but that's got to be a good sign, right? Okay, here we go. The most important qualifying session of the season here in Monaco. I'm hoping we can get through to Q2 because obviously overtaking is a bit tricky. So we need to get into the points and park the bus. Okay, first lap of Q1 is going to be a 1:12.5. That puts us 9th place at the moment. That's a little lower than I was hoping. All right, down to 19th. We got one shot here. Hopefully we can get through to the next session. We're going to need a very big improvement here. Need a good lap. All right, through the final corner, only 4/10 of improvement up to the line. So I don't know if that's gonna be enough. It is, P11, on to Q2. Perfect. Well, I don't think we're gonna make it to Q3, but the goal here is to climb as high up the order as we can, get as close as possible to the top 10, and that should give us a very good shot at points in Monaco. Keep the point streak alive. Hopefully we can get a good lap. Okay, up to the line, it's going to be a 1:13.5 on the old set of softs. We're going to need a huge improvement. Yeah, we're all the way at the back here. So Antonelli set a 1:12 flat, so we're going to need about 1.5 seconds to get close to the top 10. I don't know if Q3 will be possible, but we're going to try our best here. Ooh, okay, pressure's on. Q2 in Monaco. Definitely want a good result here. Really need a good lap. Cannot afford a mistake. Okay, on to the straight we go. That's exactly what we needed. 1.2 seconds of improvement up to the line. And that will put us P15. Oh, I thought it'd be a little bit higher than that. Yeah, that was a solid lap, but just not enough. Basically 3/10 off of Verstappen. So P15 it is. We're gonna have to do some overtaking. So we have the mandatory 2-stop around Monaco, so everyone else is going to be on a similar strategy. I'm just wondering if the softs are going to die off too fast. I think they might. I think the mediums are probably a safer bet. So it'd be 12 laps on the mediums, 15 on the hards, and then 12 on the mediums again to finish up the race. Oh boy, let's see what we can do here. I mean, obviously overtaking is a bit trickier around Monaco. I know the AI were not very strong in the previous games, but I don't know if that's been that's been updated with F126. Okay, that should be the rest of the grid pretty much parked up. We're starting P15 for round 8 in Monaco. The 5 red lights are on, and we are racing around Monaco for 39 laps, a little slow off the line. It's going to be crowded down into the first corner, but we've got the inside. That's up to P13, side by side, drag racing with Albon up the hill. We can cover off the Williams a little too wide into the Casino. We'll pull ahead of the Williams again. We can make a move down the inside into Sector 2, wheel to wheel. Really tight through here. Down the inside into the hairpin. Side by side with Piastri, but he's going to get more grip on the exit. That's up into P10. And we might be close enough for a move into the chicane. Yeah, they're going to be slow into the braking zone. We're definitely close enough for a dive down the inside. That's past Gasly as well, a double overtake. And that's up to P8 on lap 1. That was the perfect start. We're into the points. And we've got Hamilton and Hadjar ahead. Maybe we have the pace to catch up, but if not, we can park the bus all race long and keep the point streak alive. I don't know. We actually might have the pace here to make a move on Hamilton in a couple of laps' time. We're definitely faster through the chicane. We should be pretty quick through Sector 3 as well. There might be a chance here. Just can't push too hard. Oh, we're really close to the back of the Ferrari, heading into the tunnel. Gonna dump the battery. As soon as we get the power down, we'll be gaining on Hamilton into the chicane. I think we're a little too far back to try anything on this lap. But with a good exit, we might have a chance here down the inside on Hamilton. Into Sector 3, we sneak ahead. That's up to P7. That was a very scary place to overtake. So we've got Hadjar up next. He's 1.4 seconds up the road. I don't know if we'll have the pace to catch the Red Bull. Yeah, we're slowly bringing this gap down. 1.1 seconds to Hadjar on lap 6. We're pitting on lap 12. I don't know if we'll be able to get him before we come in. We definitely still have pace, but the mediums are starting to die off. On to lap 10. Hadjar is on the hard, so he's going to be out on a longer stint. So I don't know if it's worth pushing too hard right now. I don't want to make a mistake. Okay, on to lap 12. Pit window is open.
Really good. You hit that.
So we're just going to run a similar pace to Hadjar for the rest of this lap, and then we'll be on new tires. Okay, into the pit lane we go. On to the hards. Hopefully we don't come out in a ton of traffic. That's going to be really, really important here. Here are the Mustache Mechanics for the first stop of the race. Good stop from the team. Out of the pits we go. It looks like we might have a little bit of traffic. It's an Aston Martin into turn 1. Gonna try to sneak past on the pit exit, but he stays ahead. We really gotta get past him as soon as possible. Down the inside into Sector 2. Still side by side. Going into the hairpin. Stroll will stay ahead. We are losing time behind Stroll. We're gonna have to make it stick into the chicane, dumping the battery. We've got the inside, and this should be an easy move around the chicane up to P12. But we definitely lost a little bit of time. Hopefully we don't lose out to Hamilton. We've got some free air to push now. We've already dropped Stroll by 2 seconds, so we're definitely pretty quick on the hards. And this is a pretty comfortable pace. Hopefully it's enough to stay close to Hamilton and Hadjar. They should be pitting pretty soon. Oh, there they are. They're both in the pit lane, and I think we're going to jump them both up to P6 on lap 17. That is unreal. up to P6. Oh, we've got someone else in the pit lane too. It's one of the Mercedes. It's Antonelli. We'll fly past, down into turn 1, and we'll stay ahead. So that's that's up to P5. Well, this has turned out to be quite the race. Already in the top 5, and we're just about halfway through. Verstappen's kind of far ahead, but this would be a fantastic result if we just park the bus. I mean, Antonelli is definitely faster on those softs, but there's not really anything he can do. It's just so easy to defend around Monaco. So as long as we don't slam into a wall, P5 is a pretty safe bet.
Okay.
Oh, safety car!
Safety car is out.
Oh no!
Form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye.
Oh,
on
I
that
don't
top
think that's
side.
going to be good
Make
for
sure
us.
to keep it positive.
Okay, yeah, this is a weird situation. The hards are still completely fine in terms of tire wear. They feel fine. But it's way too early to pit onto mediums. We're only on lap 20. So we need a new set of hards. Do we have...
Sergio's in the pits.
No, there's no new hards. Everyone else is going to pit. I mean... Oh, dude, I don't know. This is tough. All these guys in front are staying out. Verstappen, Leclerc, and I guess Russell at the front. They're not pitting, but there's been other cars behind that have gone in. So this is going to blow up our race, but we really don't have a choice. We have to stay out. And we're doing another lap, too. This is the longest safety car. On to lap 23. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna have to stay out, and we're gonna be forced to pit just a couple laps after the safety car ends. There's not really anything we can do here. This is gonna blow up our race really bad. Okay, please, everyone's bunched up. Yeah, there we go. Safety car in this lap. Our tires are freezing cold too. This is a disaster. Okay, well, that was like 5 laps under safety car. I think pretty much everyone behind us went into the pits, and we are forced to stay out. We're gonna need to pull a crazy gap on this restart and build as much time as we can, because we're gonna have to pit, and we are gonna lose a lot of positions. We need to stick close to Verstappen. Yeah, dude, I gotta like weave around. There's no temperature in the front end, way too deep into the chicane. The fronts are absolutely freezing. There's like no rotation, tapping the wall. Yeah, still really cold on the fronts. Yeah, we gotta get these tires warmed up. We've lost over a second to Verstappen on that last lap. This is, yeah, we're not making the gap that we need.
Okay, Valtteri, Verstappen's ahead of you. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible.
Dude, there's no way you're asking me to get past Verstappen around Monaco. I'm in P4 in the Cadillac. What else do you want from me? We're starting to run a similar pace to Verstappen, but there's still so many cars bunched up. As soon as we pit, we are going to be completely out of the points. That safety car was absolutely terrible timing. Oh, they're in. That's us leading the race then. Yeah, up to P1.
Target well there.
And we get the get the objective done to overtake Verstappen. That's a funny way to do it. Okay, well, that doesn't leave us much of a choice. We're going to have to come in this lap, and that should be fine for the mediums. We'll have just about 10 laps on the final stint. We'll see where we come out. We really need a good stop here. Here are the mustache mechanics onto the mediums for the final stop, and we are going to lose a ton of places coming out of the pit lane. There goes Antonelli to drop us outside of the points with 10 laps to go. Oh, wait a minute. They're getting held up. Oh, it's Perez. Perez is holding everyone up. Okay, maybe there's a chance for points again. Yeah, he's slow. They're gonna be backed up. There's maybe a chance for a move down the inside. On Antonelli will pull ahead. And that's up into the points. What a move right there. We've got Verstappen up ahead. We've got to get a move on and try to make up a couple more places. We'll gain time. Down into Sector 2. Verstappen has a bad exit, but he goes defensive. That's contact with our teammate. Into the hairpin we go, still alongside. We'll have the inside for the next couple of corners. We'll have more grip, and that should be moved on up to P7. That was terrible. Slamming into Perez. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. That's rule number 1, is do not hit your teammate. But Verstappen went so defensive, just locked the fronts, and was out of control. But up to P7. We got a couple cars ahead. Wait, are these guys getting held up? Who's in front? Yeah, they are. It's Bortoletto. Oh, that's insanely lucky. So Leclerc and Russell are held up by the Audi. There's potential for more points here. All we have to do is be faster than Bortoletto, and we'll gain time on the cars in front. Exactly like that. This is crazy. Just gonna dump the battery up the hill here. We should gain a lot of time through this left-hander. Gonna gain on Leclerc, maybe close enough to go for a move down the inside into Sector 2, wheel to wheel with the Ferrari. He pulls ahead, a little bit of contact with Leclerc, still side by side. Alongside the Ferrari, we'll have the outside into the tunnel. Gonna put the power down, dump the battery, pulling ahead up to P6. And that should be moved on. Into the chicane we go. And that is P6 secured. That is insane. Well, we're making moves. They're not all pretty, but we gotta get the elbows out around Monaco. We got Russell up next, still stuck behind the Audi. We're passing people in the pit lane. And that puts us up to 4th place on lap 33. I think we're gonna be close enough here. We're gonna go for a move in the same spot, down the inside, into Sector 2, side by side with the Mercedes, leaving as much space as we possibly can around the outside of the hairpin. We've got the inside for the next couple of corners. And that is us pulling ahead of the Mercedes and onto the podium, up to P3. What this race is absolutely insane. Well, we've still got Bortoletto ahead. He is going to be very slow on the hard compound tires. Look how slow he is through Sector 3. This should be an easy move. Yeah, we're really close to the Audi through here. Maybe a chance for another move down into Sector 2. We're a bit too far back to try to make that one work. Gotta be patient here. Don't want to make a mistake. Okay, we're gonna be close here, down into the chicane. Gonna dump the battery and start reeling in the Audi in the tunnel. We're gaining on Bortoletto. Down the inside we go. Into the chicane, still side by side with the Audi on exit, dumping the battery, pulling ahead into Sector 3. And that's 2nd place. Up to 2nd place in the Cadillac around Monaco. That is unbelievable. On to lap 35 on the podium, 2nd place in Monaco. We've got nothing to worry about for the rest of this race. We can easily defend from Russell until we cross the finish line. That is absolutely insane. That was so lucky. So lucky. We definitely had the pace around here. That's for sure. I mean, we are quick around Monaco. And we're proving that for the second career mode series in a row. I am shocked that somehow we're back up well into the points. I mean, before the safety car, we were up to P5. So we definitely had the pace around Monaco, but down to P11. Outside the points completely after the safety car. That is... I cannot believe that. Here we go, on to the final lap for round 8 here in Monaco. We've had no problems from George Russell behind, and it's smooth sailing until the finish. Somehow we've even been gaining on Lando. We've brought the gap down to 17 seconds in the last couple laps. So we definitely have the pace around Monaco. We started P15. We can make some moves off the start. We deal with the safety car, and somehow, around the final corner, on the final lap, we find ourselves in second place. That is our first podium of the season.
The whole team have worked
that is absolutely insane.
A fantastic reward. Well
Driver of the day, yeah, 100%. What a race. You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure in season 1 of the Brad Pitt career mode, we also were in a slow car, but we also had a second place finish in Monaco. So clearly the pace is there around this track. But that is a Bottas podium in round 8 with the second slowest car on the grid. Somehow we pull out a podium finish. That is unbelievable. What a race. What a race. Well, that is P15 to P2, so 18 points for us. And Perez is nowhere. That is so crazy. So we are single-handedly carrying Cadillac to P5 in the constructor standings, which is unreal. And we're top 10 in the drivers, too. I definitely did not expect results like this at the beginning of the season. I mean, what is that, 5 races in a row with points now? Oh, it's 6! 6 races in a row in the points. That's in the Cadillac, dude. I mean, wow. Okay, well, I definitely didn't expect that. I don't think anybody expected that, but second place finish in Monaco, our first podium of the season. Hopefully many more to come. I don't think we're going to see any for quite a while, though. We're still very much lacking in terms of upgrades and car performance, but I don't know. We'll see how the season progresses. We've got Barcelona up next for round 9. I'll see you for that one.